Hello, 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 my wonderful students. So glad you're here today. This is a re-recording of a lesson that we did in our February class. Just wanted to make it available for my students if they'd like to watch the video again, and also for teacher professional development. Today we're going to talk about sensory language. Do, 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 do. All right, your warm up today. Can you describe these Valentine's treats? What do you notice? What do you think the texture is like? What colors do you see? All right. Just a side note, I'm super excited about my Golden Girls background. One of my awesome mentors, she also has the Golden Girls. I was like, yay. All right. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Our agenda today is as follows. We did our warm up. We're going to talk about expectations, state standards, the weekend statement, sensory language, and the ticket out the door. All right, just a quick check in. How do you feel? Give me a 1 if you're feeling great, a 2 if things are pretty good, a 3 if I've got a problem, 4 if I'm really upset, and 5 if you need some help. Some things you can do: also ask a teacher, a learning coach, or a friend for help. Create art, walk your dog, smell the flowers, think about the ocean, read a good book, listen to music, breathe. I need to remind myself that. Drink a cup of water, do something kind for a family member, bake bread, write a letter to grandma or grandpa, go on a nature walk, write in my journal, play with Legos or Roblox, and yoga. All right, some ideas to help take care of yourself and make you feel good if you're not feeling so good during this time. It always helps to help another person when you're feeling down, and then you kind of get out of your own head and you're helping someone else. All right, so our expectations: attend class every time, participate, and be encouraging to one another. Here we have Cool Cat with his Valentine's glasses and bow tie. All right. Kind of reminds me of Jackie the cat. We have this cat that visits us, and he is our apartment cat, and he goes from apartment to get snacks. He's so cool. All right, standards focus. Students will be able to demonstrate an understanding of the following: use precise words and phrases, relevant descriptive details, and sensory language to convey experiences and events. We can write a paragraph with sensory language, a paragraph or a poem, because I'm encouraging my students to explore writing through poetry as well. All right, sensory language is a descriptive writing style that primarily focuses on the 5 senses: touch, taste, smell, sight, and hearing. All right, so I want to introduce 2 of my favorite artists, Klaus Oldenburg and Kuski van Bruggen. They're artists known for making large food sculptures and installations. And they're a married couple. There they are with one of the creations that they made, a big spoon with a cherry on top. One of the things that I love about this art is the scale is huge. I love it. Look how big it is compared to that building, and then also the perspective of them taking it by the spoon, of course, is going to make it larger, but it is pretty big installation. Also on top, you see a sprinkler coming out of the top, little fountain. All right, so let's talk about some vision words. We have clear, blurry, gloomy, foggy, brilliant, sparkling, shiny, dazzling, bright, light, dark, colorful, neon, and cloudy. Some hearing words are as follows: squeaky, crashing, booming, thumping, piercing, mellow, musical, melodic, rich, loud, soft, ringing, rustling, and laughing. Ha ha ha. Then we have some tactile words: gritty, bumpy, slimy, smooth, rough, fluffy, prickly, gooey, greasy, grimy, and crunchy. Oh, notice this awesome cheeseburger. I think it is so wonderful. Some of their creations, they give the museum the freedom to arrange it the way they want. So you have, I thought it was interesting they put the pickle on the outside. So I asked my students, what do you think the texture is like here? Look at this. It kind of looks like a burger bean bag to me. I want to like jump in that burger and relax. All right, then we have smell: fresh, stinky, moldy, tantalizing, stale, sweet, pungent, cheesy, clean, fruity, flowery, robust, earthy, and musky. Also, there we have lavender, which I love lavender. Taste: zesty, spicy, sour, bitter, sweet, bittersweet, salty, hot, creamy, fresh, and stale. This unicorn looks really cool. It reminds me of like those gingerbread shows around Christmas when they're doing like the sculpting. Um, Super cool. All right. So with my students, what I often do is differentiate. I'll create slides for the week and differentiate per class. So here I made some clause sentences for some of our students who are learning to formulate sentences, and they use the word bank to fill in the sensory words. All right, and then we have some writing projects. Ooh, it looks like I have an extra slide there. Oops. Okay, so I am wanting some of my students to write stories relating to the picture. There's a big ice cream cone on the building. How did it get there? One of my students said that the company wanted to advertise about their ice cream. Another one of my students said a big helicopter dropped the ice cream out of the sky. So it's super duper fun to read some of my students' input on their interpretations and stories. I love it on, especially as related to art because I love art. All right, so here's one that I wrote, and it since it was around Valentine's Day, I wrote this. Um, this is inspired by conversation candies. Okay, conversation candies. Text me, LOL, wink, wink, pastels blue, green, pink. Oh, you confectionery chalk poured neatly in heart-shaped blocks. Cue up conversations crunchy, delectable with each bite. A Q&A stamped and smooched with sugar ink too, in block letter font. XOXO, sweet chatty hearts. And then I also included the chatty hearts or conversation candy there for if my students would like to write a poem as well inspired by these hearts. Oh, also, what I've been doing in my classes and implementing, I just started this recently, is creating an audio anthology. Encourage your students to have alternative forms of expression. Here's a demo designed on Padlet platform. Students can create their own pages, or you can add pages to your account to create an audio anthology. So that's what I'm doing for my sixth graders this year. And then we have it to share out with our fellow friends and teachers. Um, Also, with the anthology, it is good because then the students can have their page and share with their families as well. All right, so some more writing prompts. We have the big old meatball with noodles on a spoon. I thought this was funny. It's like the spaghetti is melting, turning into a horn, and it looks like even there's two forks there. The forks are like melting into noodles. I thought that was cool. Then we have the apple, the huge apple. I should have put the student examples in this, but maybe I'll do another video at another time. It's like, cause like I want to keep going with my videos so I don't forget. It's like almost like a teacher memoir, teaching during the pandemic, but I'm like, if I try to make it perfect, none of them will ever get done. So I'm just gonna try my best and add on as I go. So then we have the apple here and the big dog here. Well, he looks small in scale to that big apple. And then we have the artist there with a big ice cream cone on top of his bug. So next, I encourage my students to share out as they're ticking out the door, and we share out our poems and paragraphs and different stories that we're writing about relating to the visual prompts. And I encourage my students to use lots of sensory language. Going back to the Valentine's poem, what I have my students do is turn on their annotation tools and highlight those sensory words. All right, so that's just a little bit about my lesson. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you for joining us. Take care. Bye.